Hey guys, this is Roy here from Small Town Underground, and I want to post this now for the 9 o'clock slot because I'm not able to do a live stream tonight. It'll be a quickie because Antonio and I were originally going to try to do a live stream tonight, like an open call in line, so that we could talk about a little bit of everything. So many things going on in Georgia, so many things going on in District 14, but neither one of us were able to do that, and because I didn't just want to leave you guys hanging. We've been working on a lot of different stuff coming up, and we're just running behind. So I can tell you that I had an interview with Lee Munns today. We did a recorded interview. Can't wait to get that edited and released very soon. It's all about the data centers. And I also got the pleasure to be at the MAGA Georgia Christmas event last night in Duluth, and we had a great time. Many great speakers there. It was a long process, so we're going to release it in 4 parts. David Cross was one of the speakers. We're going to release his part. Mallory Staples was there, and she had a very clear vision for what we need to look for in 2026, and of course David Cross and his 22-point plan. Then we had Garland and Tamara Favorito was there, and they represented Voter Georgia very well and had some very pertinent information. Hope to bring you some more on Garland soon as we continue our election security crusade. And then Alex Johnson from the GRA, which I think he gave one of the greatest speeches that I've ever heard him give about this, where we're at and where we're going. So a lot of great information that we're going to be releasing soon. It's going to take me some time to get them edited, get them put together, and get them out. Obviously, the Christmas season is upon us. We're fixing to get ready to put up the tree and we've got a lot of hustle and bustle going on. It's a very busy time of the year, a lot of events, a lot of dinners, a lot of things going on. So, all I ask is you bear with us through the holiday season, and we'll continue to line up some good speakers. I will have some good stuff coming very soon, probably in the teens of December on into before Christmas. Obviously, we're going to be doing our annual New Year's show. I cannot wait for that. I can't wait to get this room filled with the great people that come back every year, the original 2A people that we started with. I have not been able to, kind of lay out my little Marjorie stream that I wanted to lay out, and maybe it's divine providence, and I don't really want to go into it tonight. I wish Marjorie the best. She was one of the people that helped activate me to get me to where I'm at now. It's sad to see her go, but where does that leave us? Well, we've got to continue to move forward, and I don't think that Marjorie's ever going to stop, being vocal and trying to fix things. And but I had a little story to go along with that. I haven't spoken to Marjorie since 2023. I always joke and say I'm on a crap list, and I might be, but it was never about that for me. It was always about the job that she was doing. Especially, I always say, guys, that the battle is on the legislative floor, right? And it's our voting records and it's the laws that get passed and get repealed that really make the difference, right? We can be emotional about our relationships with people or however you want to put it, but at the end of the day, our representatives representing us. And I just want to say that we do have a clear path forward for the grassroots regardless, and we're going to be really lining up together and getting ready for this next legislative session that's coming. And in the midst of all this, we have a huge battle that's going to ensue in District 14 for who on earth is going to be the person to take Marjorie's space. I believe it's big shoes to fill. And how are we going to cover the rest of these positions, especially given the fact that we are losing to the Democrat Party? I mean, let's just face it. We're losing to the Democrat Party, and more and more of our seats are getting taken. So the more seats that we have up for grabs, the harder it's going to be to get good Republicans back in, and it's our own fault because our Republican Party, they're not standing by the principles of the party. They're not doing the things in power that you should be doing to codify the laws and regulations and repeal, because we have a state leadership who is broke away from us. Right? There's no question about that. They don't care about us. They don't care about us. They want to corporatize this state, industrialize us out of existence, and I'm just being honest. And we have real Republicans that are standing up looking for pro-human values, pro-humans, the communities, morals, values, Jesus Christ, religion, like ethics, accountability, you name it. That's what we're looking for. And, we go pretty hard on Republicans on this channel. Why? Because the Democrats largely are a lost cause to begin with, right? But Republicans still hold some keys there that if we have the right people in the right places that's willing to stand up and to go against the status quo, right, we can really make a difference. And that's what we're constantly striving for and looking for, and we're not going to accept the business as usual any longer. It's just the way it is, or we will fall. The Republican Party will fall, and the state will turn Democrat, and then we'll have to blame nobody but ourselves. So the main purpose on this channel is communication and education, right? We need to be educated on everything that's coming our way and how to deal with it and how to steer our legislators, our elected officials, in the direction they need to go, because so many times they forget that they actually work for us, right? But it's not, they don't just work for me. They're supposed to work for you too, but there's an ebb and flow there. You're supposed to be involved. You're supposed to be engaged and know what's going on, because the greater the numbers of people that know what's going on and know how they will be affected in the future will greatly determine our future. And we can't have just the same few voices standing up every time and going in that room and being looked at as the troublemakers or the weeds that need to be pulled, when we could have an entire community that had those concerns brought forth together. And that's what this is all about. So I got a lot of educational stuff that is coming up that you need to be like taking a pen and a paper and trying to figure out how you can get involved. I can point you in any direction on how to get involved and just get more aware of your surroundings, right? Because before you know it, if we just continue to ignore the politics and ignore the policy and just pay attention to the bread and circus, well, before you know it, your bread and circus will be gone. Okay, and that's just the sad fact of life. People, right now, the corporatocracy does not have your best interest in hand, okay? And they want to keep us fighting down here between Republican and Democrat and, black, white, you name it. Just keep us confused and mad and emotional all the time. So, again, I just wanted to take this time to say thank you for everybody out there that's continuing to support the channel. I've got a lot of stuff going on, man. There's news agencies reaching out to us for some, just from being quoted in some articles, and a lot of people are interested in us. District 14 is the limelight right now. And you have a chance, you have a voice, and you can speak that voice, and people will listen. So we are turning heads up in Northwest Georgia. And believe me when I tell you that they're paying attention to us up here. We have a real shot to make another difference. Again, we have a big shoes to fill. Marjorie Taylor Greene, nationally known, who's been in there 5 years, is leaving us, and we've got to replace that position. We got to replace her with somebody who's going to stand up for District 14, stand up against this horrible Congress that we have in D.C., and try to just steer the ship forward in the right direction. And meanwhile, we're going into election season where everybody that's running is going to be your best friend, and they're going to promise you the world, and they're going to sell you that shiny new car because they're all claiming to be the ones that's going to go in and take care of every one of your needs, okay? And we need to sift through all of this muck and try to figure out who will be the best one of these people to move forward, because I can guarantee you there are some that are an absolute no for me. Absolute, no matter if they win the primary or not, it's an absolute no vote, and you can get mad about that or whatever you want to do, or say that, oh, you're just telling people not to vote. I'm not telling you not to vote, but I'm telling you I'm drawing a line in the sand next primary that I am not going to hold my nose and vote for the lesser of two evils anymore. I want to believe in the people that I'm voting for. Otherwise, I will not cast my vote. I'm not telling you or advocating for you to do the same thing, but when you're as informed as I am about the politics and the policies, then you have to be able to take a stand and be courageous and say that you're not going to, because we've got to learn about these candidates, and we've got to make them understand that we hold the power, not them, and they're going to have to figure out what side of this aisle they're on. They're either going to be the pro-America, pro-humanity, or they're going to be establishment. That's all there is to it. The middle ground has just about been blown away. So, again, I'm going over my 10 minutes, but I want to wish everybody safe travels out there. We'll probably be back on schedule next Wednesday. And I just urge you to love one another and continue to get educated down, all the way down to your county level, school board level, your GOP level. Get educated. Figure out what's going on and where you can kind of join in with us and move this ball forward, okay? And if you want to support the channel, as always, you can go to www.smalltownunderground. You can click on my donation link. That's the only donation link that I have. It's the only one that I want. And feel free to donate to the channel. And it helps me out. It helps the channel. You see what kind of traveling we do and what kind of content that I want to bring to you guys. So other than that, I hope you guys are safe out there. You have a blessed evening. And, we'll see you soon.